What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Triple B News channel. Today we're going to be talking about Call of Shame's anti-cheat and how there have been updates regarding it from Call of Shame's side, as well as other people claiming that they've already been able to bypass it prior to release. So let's crack on with the news. The most recent tweet from Call of Shame regarding their anti-cheat is this: Guardian anti-cheat update. I promised a more detailed update, so this is how it works. Number 1, the cheat is executed. Number 2, Guardian scans the suspicious file and sends it to the local vault. Number 3, the vault then sends the encrypted data to the online cheat database, which is behind EV DigiCert SSL encryption and protection by Cloudflare. Number 4, the online database reads the cheat and then sends the results back to the Guardian local vault. Number 5, Guardian will then block the injection. The community can also upload suspicious files for testing, and they will be detected and patched. If found, the new file will be added to the database. If not, it will be flagged for a manual review by myself. Guardian updates the client with the latest patch. I will be closing the alpha soon, then moving to the beta. I am extremely confident it will be ready for release early September. The PC scanner will be released for alpha testing soon. Stay tuned. Hashtag Call of Duty, hashtag WSOW, hashtag Game Battles at Activision at Infinity Ward. It would appear at this point the Call of Shame seems to be trying to time this perfectly just prior to the World Series of Warzone. I wonder if Call of Shame are going to try and pitch this to Activision to try and run this at the World Series of Warzone to make sure that none of the computers at this LAN event have any sort of cheat injected. That's the way it would seem. However, there are people out there who seem to have a problem. And one of those people is Cyborg. Now, some of you might not remember this. Cyborg used to go by a different name on YouTube. That name was the All Gaming Guy. This is a person who used to detect and expose people for cheating in Call of Duty Warzone. They seem to eventually fizzle out, change their name, and now they actually promote cheats. They actually show their cheats being used. And I think, as far as I'm aware, they actually sell their own cheats that they themselves code. Now, Cyborg put this tweet out in brackets saying Guardian anti-cheat bypassed before its release. LMAO, bro, is a fake programmer too. Hashtag Call of Fiverr noobs. So from that hashtag, I'm getting the insinuation that maybe they're saying Call of Shame has paid someone on Fiverr to create this program that is supposedly Guardian anti-cheat. I'm not sure about this. Based on conversations I've had with Call of Shame, it seems like they kind of know what they're talking about. However, I will not take away from the fact that Cyborg, who codes his own cheats, understands programming, right? So there seems to be a little bit of a back and forth here, whether or not Call of Shame are going to even sort of respond to this. But it would be a damn shame, right, if somebody who used to expose cheaters tries to diminish a new anti-cheat rather than help. Does that make sense? Because even in the comment section of Cyborg's tweet, you've got It's Happer popping up saying video or it didn't happen with a couple of emojis. Cyborg then went on to say, I'm going to set a world record for fastest anti-cheat bypass on the day it is released. I will bypass it in seconds. My PC will take longer to compile than I will take to write the bypass. It's Happer replied saying, oh boy, I gotta see this. Now the thing is, right, for it to be a world record bypass, you better be fast. Simply because the minute Ricochet anti-cheat was incorporated into Warzone, it was bypassed within minutes by the likes of Artificial Aim and Engine Owning and others. I think the only ones who actually had a little bit of a problem going forward were actually Engine Owning. It almost felt like Ricochet was designed to target only certain cheat providers. So for Cyborg to say he's going to set a world record, I think it would be much better if he feels he's got that knowledge to go and help Call of Shame. Whether or not you get along, whether or not there's history there, don't bump heads at this point when we might well be on the verge of creating something that could quite well take down a hell of a lot of these dirty, horrible cheaters in the game. But that isn't where Cyborg left things. No, not whatsoever. They decided to continue the tweet basically directly at Call of Shame without atting them in the tweet, saying, admit that you lied about Supergirl Admit that you used cheats on the Supergirl accounts since day one, and I will send you the entire list of vulnerabilities found in your anti-cheat with patches the following weeks to fix them. Hashtag Guardian, hashtag anti-cheat. So essentially, Cyborg is saying, I will help you out. I will send you what needs to be fixed. So maybe Call of Shame is outsourcing some of the work, and maybe the person they've got doing the work isn't as good at coding or programming as Cyborg thinks he is. So it's one of those moments where if Cyborg thinks he can actually offer this level of help for the anti-cheat, why not just give it? If you can offer the help you're stating you can, offer it. Then the anti-cheat gets created. And if it gets created in time for World Series of Warzone and that anti-cheat is able to detect people trying to little injection on a USB drive at the World Series of Warzone, just think how epic that is if you're a part of that. If Call of Shame's a part of that, it would be absolutely amazing. Put it that way. I would like to see these guys stop bumping heads, but at the same time, I've been there myself. I know where Cyborg's coming from with a couple of things, but it's good to leave things in the past and try and work together. Now, even after all the drama between Cyborg and Call of Shame have actually uploaded a video to Twitter demonstrating how their anti-cheat is actually able to detect multiple cheat providers already. Let's take a look at that now. One thing's for sure, it looks like it's Happer's only there for a little bit of the juicy content. It looks like Cyborg thinks that they're able to bypass this anti-cheat instantly as soon as it's released. And it looks like Call of Shame are willing to give their community further updates regarding this anti-cheat. And it also appears that they're trying to get it out just in time for the World Series of Warzone. And I think that would be great to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think these guys should just, put the beef behind them and work together? Or do you think they should continue on their own paths? Let me know down below. And if you did enjoy today's news, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's news. Triple B, over and out.